The Toronto Ukrainian Festival is set to take over Bloor St West Village this weekend, a time to celebrate and also reflect on the plight of Ukrainians here at home and also, of course, right around the world. We're going to take a look at this with one of the performers right now as it kicks off celebrating the best of Ukrainian culture and customs and cuisine. Joining us now, Alina Kuzma, musician and narrator of the Daughters of Donbass Songs of Stolen Children program. Alina, I really appreciate you joining us this morning to talk more about this.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
This festival has taken on, obviously, renewed significance in the wake of the Russian attacks on Ukraine a few years ago, and the war, of course, continues to this day. I wonder how you can put in towards how it's changed over the years, pre-war to now, as Ukraine is still, under attack daily.
Yeah, I've myself thought about this quite a bit. The festival itself, I mean, it's an immense, takeover of Bloor West Village. Runnymede to Jane closed off to traffic. It's all pedestrians, and for the whole weekend from Friday to Sunday, it's just a huge celebration. There's so many community groups, not just from Toronto, but from all over Canada, as well as from the United States, and sometimes there's guests from Australia, where have you. So really, it's always been this massive celebration. It's one of the biggest Ukrainian festivals in the world. It's always been a massive celebration of Ukraine's diaspora, of Ukraine itself, of the art that persists even through generations of different waves of migration. And more recently, it's been way more important, and it's actually been somewhat of an act of defiance, I would say, having everyone come together and still having this really thriving community come together for art, for culture. And it's important to say that this art and culture has been, recently, again, suppressed, and it's important to, stand firm and show that this culture that some would rather not have exist is thriving even beyond Ukraine, and even after immigration, and even after so much turmoil and trauma, that we're still around. We're still here, and we're still celebrating ourselves. And
enormous importance all around for this. So let's talk about your role in this, because you're heavily involved in the first night. You've got an hour-long, sort of performance to take on. Can you walk us through that? Talk to us about that.
Sure. So I'm one of the musicians of the Daughters of Donbass project. It's just about a year old or so, and this is a project that has been formed in order to bring some attention to the issue of Ukraine's stolen children. Since 2014, and then more recently, since the full-scale invasion of 2022, there have been an estimated 20,000 to potentially 30,000, some even say it may be as high as in the hundreds of thousands, children that have been stolen from their families, children that have been stolen from orphanages, children who are Ukrainian, often who still have living relatives who have been forcibly taken and adopted to families in Russia. There's Yale has a registry of 35,000 children that have been forcibly taken, relocated to 116 different locations in Russia. And these children all are missed, are all, their families want them back. Ukraine wants them back. It's a massive issue of, it's a human rights issue for someone to steal children, and on this massive scale. It's devastating, it's horrible, and it's unconscionable. So we are here to basically put voices to these children, to their stories. Each of our songs has a child in mind, has a family in mind that has gone through some of these horrors. Many of these children have been brought back, the ones we were singing about, but there's still thousands, tens of thousands, possibly hundreds of thousands still in Russia.
This is clearly emotional for you. I can hear it. I can see it. What's it like when you're performing it then, especially to an audience of people who are obviously incredibly sympathetic?
Yeah, this is actually our first, home, I guess, show, our first massive show to a predominantly Ukrainian audience. But I have to say, I often am the one reading these stories of these children, and I have broken down a couple times. But these stories, we often just get caught behind statistics, behind, just the numbers of it. And it feels kind of unfathomable, like what is 20,000, what is 30,000? But reading each story, and we read perhaps maybe 7 stories or so, it is devastating to see it in the smallest micro like the smallest case, I guess, seeing it on the individual level and the horrors that these kids share, the experiences they've gone through, not just of relocation, but also what got them to be relocated. You know, what they went through in terms of I guess filtration or of the conflict itself, losing their parents often, losing family, seeing horrors of their neighborhoods being destroyed quite often. So it's
powerful message
powerful.
Indeed. Yeah. Listen, Alina, thanks for joining us today and sharing this. Good luck tomorrow with the performance and with the entire festival for the weekend. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Great to meet you.